Coming up in this video, we're going to be talking about a WWE superstar who was recently released, possibly on his way to AEW. At least that's what he's looking for. Also, a huge update on Def Rebel, and we got to talk about Andrade because now, where is he? If you guys want more videos like this, don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that bell. This way you never miss a video on the channel. And don't forget to check out nordvpn.com/Ango. If you know, you know. It's a great tool for wrestling fans, considering all of the options to watch WWE. I want to kick things off with Andrade. This has sparked a huge conversation on social media, largely due to the fact that Andrade was not present for the Don Callis family video that aired. Now, you guys may remember there was this video that Don Callis family did celebrating the birthday or whatever of Don Callis. Everybody was there. Konosuke Takeshita was not there, but he was on the video screen. There was like a video message. It was actually a really fun video too because Okada shut off the video. Sounds like he might be a little jealous of Konosuke Takeshita. But what's interesting is Hechicero was there. Josh Alexander was there. You know, everybody was there. The only two people not there was Konosuke Takeshita and Andrade. And then this sparked a conversation with Meltzer and Brian Alvarez. And Meltzer actually admitted that people close to AEW know exactly what's happening, but they are refusing to talk about it publicly. He says there are people who know, but they are keeping it quiet. They're not telling me, but they know. Alvarez pressed him on this. He says, I know people who know, they won't tell me, so it forces me to speculate, which I'm not going to do. Meltzer also said that Andrade is still booked for Puerto Rico, which he is expected to challenge for the WWC Universal Championship. He says he's supposed to be challenging for the title down there. We'll see if it happens. But obviously nobody really knows the situation. He said Andrade made one appearance and then completely vanished. He's never mentioned. He had a match coming up with LA Park, and he's gone from that show too. So this is a very, very strange situation. Nobody really knows what's going on with Andrade. Obviously, we saw him get released from WWE. We saw him go to AEW. He's part of the Don Callis family. There's this big reveal, and then there's no follow-up to it. And at this point, I don't know, like, should we be concerned about the well-being of Andrade, whatever it may be? And it's not fun to speculate on these kind of things, and I don't want to speculate on these kind of things. But I do hope that whatever is going on with Andrade, hopefully it's okay. Hopefully he's all right. This is such a weird situation, man. This is one of those situations that, truth be told, I don't know. I don't really know how to speak on it because I think deep down inside Andrade, there was some stuff about him in WWE and wellness violations and just a lot of crazy, weird stuff. And then, apparently him going ghost from WWE, and then apparently he's coming to AEW, and we don't know if he's necessarily ghosted them or what's going on. Clearly something, I feel like AEW knows what's going on. Hopefully everything is okay. Just a tricky situation. Let's talk about Def Rebel. Ladies and gentlemen, Def Rebel is somebody who I think at this point, everybody is waiting for them to be gone from WWE. They have not been good in the WWE. The truth is they're just not. I mean, it's really, listen, I try not to take personal shots at people. Especially in this world that we live in, it's like, I think it's good to be positive and stuff, but Def Rebel has definitely been a stinker for the WWE. And as somebody who loves music production and as somebody who has a huge history with music, this is not a situation where I feel like, I'm angling for a job here. Let's just make that really clear. But as somebody who's passionate about music, and I am definitely on the skill level that they have or their experience or their accomplishments, as somebody who loves music, it's really hard to watch wrestling and seeing that entrance theme songs suck. And CFO Money was great, bro. And obviously Jim Johnson, great. Mikey Ruckus in AEW, fantastic. There's this issue with Def Rebel. Bodyslam.net has come out with a report that they are in their final contract with WWE. It is uncertain when it expires. However, WWE has claimed, a source from WWE has claimed that WWE is looking to work with outside artists in the future for entrance themes. WWE is looking at making a change. As you guys may have noticed, some talent have already received some of their older music. That was a conversation that we had the other day on this channel. But a very tricky situation for WWE because I feel like maybe they chose to maybe cut costs on music. Maybe they didn't see music as a big deal. But clearly WWE has heard from the frustration, right? And it's not just the fans, right? It's not just the fans complaining about this, but the talent themselves are complaining about this. And I think it is so important for music to be good in professional wrestling. I don't know how many times I've explained it, but if you're watching the Royal Rumble and you don't know somebody's theme song, you don't remember it, that means the theme song was not really calibrated for that character or for that person. And it just sounds generic, and that's a problem. And as somebody who's passionate about music, I recognize that in professional wrestling, sometimes the entrance makes the wrestler. Honestly, like Jey Uso's incredibly talented, but he's got the perfect entrance. He's gone viral, the yeet. I mean, there's so much that goes with it. It's very hard when you have a Royal Rumble match or when you have surprises and people come out and you don't know the theme song. You don't know who it is. Nothing's worse than when WWE constantly changes the music too. So we've seen that happen quite a bit in WWE, throughout the years, where it's like these people are getting new music probably because of licenses or whatever it may be, but they're getting new music and it sucks. And I feel like Def Rebel has only made like 1 to 5, maybe 5 good entrance songs since their career started with the WWE. But yeah, honestly, it's time for change. It is time for change. I'm glad WWE recognizes that. And that brings us to our final topic, Sexy BJ Ray. That's in his own words, not mine. He came out with a post on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, tagging Tony Khan. Your boy is ready. Call me. I'm the ratings machine, aka Sexy BJ Ray. He is officially gone from WWE. He was a very big breakout personality from WWE LFG. He appeared on NXT in the background in a couple segments here and there. Never really did anything in WWE. But of course, he's become a big hit with social media. And I think this is largely just due to the fact that BJ Ray was a shit talker. He himself will call himself a dipshit. You have to wonder if AEW is listening. And I'm going to say this because some people will disagree, but I'm going to stand on business. There's a reason why WWE didn't see a future with him. There's something that WWE saw. They didn't see it in him. They decided not to move forward with him as part of the company. Sometimes what WWE can't see is something that AEW can see. BJ Ray has a collegiate background. He's not a professional wrestler. He didn't travel the indies. That shouldn't be used against him. There's a lot of veterans in AEW who can work with him, try to work with him, and I think you could put him in Ring of Honor. And if he shows that he's good in Ring of Honor, bring him to AEW television. I say they should give him a shot. I think when you have these young kids who don't necessarily work out in the performance center and they want to stick around in wrestling, which sometimes is rare because a lot of people, they don't come from the wrestling background. They didn't pay their dues in the indies, right? Some of these people get into WWE and they leave and they don't get back into professional wrestling. They go take other opportunities. They don't love the industry. If somebody like BJ Ray is saying, no, I like this, I want to keep doing this, I want to keep wrestling. Dude, if I'm Tony Khan, if I'm Carlos Silva, if I'm one of these smaller companies, if I'm GCW, I'm calling. I want to bring this kid in. He's great at the social media. He's great at being a dipshit. It's very easy to hate him. Why not? I understand some of these companies don't have developmental systems, but they have veterans backstage that can help. I think they should do it. Let me know what you guys think down below.